श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. Again, welcome to Sankhya Television and the program Vrat, Tyowhaar, and once more, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. This day is for the 31st of January, and it is known as Magha Amaawasya. Amaawasya means the new moon. So the day of Amaavasya, there are 2 days which are very, very special in the Hindu calendar of Sanatana Dharma. The day which is called Purnima is very, very special, and so too is the day which is known as Amaawasya. It is a day to cherish, in which we have great amount of blessings to achieve when prayer is being done on the day of Amaawasya. And remember, Amaawasya is one of the days in which you worship Lakshmi Ma. And by worshipping Lakshmi Ma, you gain great amount of blessings. So, it is said in the month of Magh, it is written some places that this was the day in which creation itself started. So in order to honor creation, we start the day with prayer. We start the day by silencing the mind or keeping the mind in silence and taking a dip in the sacred water, or you take the tulsi water and the tilli water and you take bath in that if you are unable to go to the river or to the lake or to the pond or to the ocean. It is a purifying thing to take the bath like that, and it is like a herbal bath you are taking, and it is purifying from sins, and also an early morning bath helps to wipe out many negative thoughts. The bath should be taken 72 minutes before sunrise. It's 3 ghari. 1 ghari is equal to 24 minutes and 3 is equal to 72 minutes. That's how it is calculated. One should get up and clean the body and be ready to offer prayer to Surya Dev Bhagwan, the sun. He is the source of energy of the world, and being the source of energy, he is being honored because he exists in all of us. Our body is made up of 5 main elements. Fire is one of them, and he is that energy of fire that is present in every part of our body. So we fast on that day, we try to keep ourselves silent, and we take the bath. And this day, in the month of Magh, remember, it is the time when you have a special bath, where in the land of Bharat, they go and they have satsang, they assemble together for the purpose of meeting with the saints and sages. So in different parts of the world, this Vrat is practiced and is controlling of the senses, one, making the mind to be silent, controlling the self from wandering about and trying to fix the mind on the inner self, the Atma or the light that is within us. We take a dip in the holy rivers, we go to peaceful places and we try to meditate in silence. This is how we go about doing this fast on the Amaawasya day. Also, It is a day in which we must never forget the roots that we come from, the ancestors, because that is the day which is very, very important, that when we remember the ancestors and we make prayer on their behalf, they become very pleased and they shower a great amount of blessings upon our families. And the blessings that we seek is Gotrano Briddatam, the lineage to which we belong should never come to a close. Dataruno Abhibardantam Veda Santati Revacha. You must be blessed with the wisdom and the knowledge of the scriptures, because when we know, we will not be confused. We will be able to do whatever we have to do in a very nice way. And Ananchano Bahu Bhavet Vitishcha Labhemahi. Our family home must be blessed with food, grains, clothing, and everything in excess, because when we have, we could give. If we don't have, we cannot give. So we must be blessed. And our departed ones, to whichever world you are, you must be happy in your world and shower blessings upon us, that we may be able to continue to lift the flag of the lineage to which we belong. And so you make prayer asking Bhagavan that to shower blessings, that they must be happy and they must continue to do their acts of dharma. So in this way, we perform the puja, we make prayer on behalf of the ancestors, and the simple way to do it is by offering tarpan, giving water, to the eastern side for the devatas, then to the northern side for the 7 great rishis, and then for the rishis from the center of your hand, and then for the pitris from the right hand thumb. In this way we make offer. First you face east, then you will face north, then you are facing south to make the offerings. And you will hold a kush grass in your hand and make the offerings. The water should be chilli or sesame seed. You will have rice, you will have flowers, durba grass, and you churn the water with the kush grass, and you invite all the pilgrimage in the water. Then you will make the offerings. After you have done make the offerings on behalf of your ancestors and you have made your prayer, you think of Lord Krishna, that you are the one who can be able to bestow happiness and peace and bless our home with progress and prosperity, and that all the doshas like Shani Graha and Pitti dosh and planetary problems that may be there in our life, you have the power to ward it out as we make prayer today. May you be pleased with our prayer and bless our families, bless us all. And so in that way, you try to keep the mind stable and do whatever you have to do. You may even do havan on behalf of the ancestors and also for yourselves and the family. It is said that on this day, why you take bath in the open water? Because in the time of the churning of the ocean, when the nectar was found, a few drops of nectar fell into the water. And with the moon that has the power to draw this nectar nearer to the water, in the surface of the water, it says that is filled with the nectar at that time. And that's why when you take the bath on this special day, it gives reward of purification and blessings. So on this day you do havan, you do dan, you perform puja, and this helps to magnify the blessings that we can attain. And that blessing is equal to 1,000 Raja Surya Yagna or Ashwamet Yagya, and especially in the place where it is the Kumbh Mela, that gives you that kind of blessings. So we go through the rules again. To substitute, if you are unable to get the rivers and the place like that, the holy places, you can substitute by taking bath at home in some water with sesame seed and tulsi. And we should chant the name of the sacred rivers 7 times, or the 7 great rivers. Om Kurukshetra Gaya Ganga Prabhasha Pushkarani Cha Tirthan Yetani Punyani Puja Kale Bhavantiha, that is for when you are doing puja. Snana Kale Bhavantiha, for when you are doing bath. And when you are doing tarpan, Tarpan Kale Bhavantiha is one mantra with these few words that change in the time when you are doing tarpan. Om Kurukshetra Gaya Ganga Prabhasha Pushkarani Cha Tirthan Yetani Punyani Tarpan Kale Bhavantiha. That is for when you are doing tarpan. When you are taking bath, Om Kurukshetra Gaya Ganga Prabhasha Pushkarancha Tirthan Yetani Punyani Snana Kale Bhavantiha. And when you are doing puja, the same water, same way again, you churning and you making the prayer. Om Kurukshetra Gaya Ganga Prabhasha Pushkarancha Tirthan Yetani Punyani Puja Kale Bhavantiha. So the same mantra, only one little piece is changed for doing. Other than that, if you do not know to say it like that, at least pray and ask that Bhagavan, bless this water, let it become the holy water that I should take bath in. May all the water, the blessings of all the pilgrimage reside in this water. I bow to you. And like that, you say it in your mind and pray and purify the water with your power of your prayer. Your thoughts are very powerful. The power of the mind is very powerful. You might have heard the song, Man hi Devata, Man hi Ishwar, Man se bara na koi. The mind is the angel. Man hi Devata, Man hi Ishwar. The mind is the God. Man se bara na koi. Bigger than the mind there is nothing. So your mind has the power to draw the energy from all the different pilgrimage to enter into this water which you will take bath in for your purification of yourself. Try not to indulge in falsehood. Do not listen to things that are spoken bad about anybody. As Rabindranath Tagore says, grant me, O Master, by thy grace, to follow all that is good and pure, to be content with simple things, to use others not as means but ends, to serve all in thought, word and deed, never to utter words of hatred or of shame, to cast away all selfishness and false pride, to speak no ill of others, neither by happiness nor woe, set thou me steadfast in it, thus only shall I please thee, serve thee right. So, there are many poems like that, and there are many lessons that are there that we learn in our life. And think of it in this way, that they are able to bring great success and changes about ourselves. If we utilize the energies that we have in the proper way. Think of another poem in elementary school we learn. If all the seas were one sea, what a great sea that would be. If all the men was one man, what a great man that would be. If all the axes was one axe, what a great axe that would be. If all the seas were one sea, what a great sea that would be. If the great man take the great axe and cut it down and let it fall into the great sea, what a great splish-splash that would be. If we take the energies that we take to do all the wrongs and utilize it in a good way, it will be of great use to humanity. Our world will become better a place for all of us to reside and enjoy the beautiful benefits of life itself, which God has graced us with. So let these messages stay in our mind, make us better beings. On this day, what means can afford, you give clothing in dawn, or you give gifts of clothing, you feed the cows, the animals, the birds, and as means can afford, you perform your duties. Auspicious results will also come. You perform Havan ceremony, chant Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurbhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Like that, you chant Gayatri mantra and seek the blessings. On this day, it says, Lord Brahma, he created the first being of Manu and Satrupa in the world, and they started to create the lineage of all human beings. So the benefits again, good activities, be silent and sit in silence, observe the fasting, cleanse the mind, establish a connection with your inner self, and it will help to purify ourselves from sins of our past birth by giving charity and doing ancestral worship and Gayatri jap. It purifies us. Bolo Sri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai, Sanatan Dharma ki jai.